As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows over the old amusement park, a sense of excitement filled the air. Friends Amanda and Mark had been looking forward to their annual Halloween visit to Ravenwood Park for weeks. Known for its spine-tingling attractions, the park promised a night of thrills and chills. They eagerly joined the queue for the park's newest and most talked-about ride, the Nightmare Express. Its sinister reputation had made it the highlight of this year's Halloween season. Amanda clutched her best friend's arm as they inched closer to the entrance. "The stories they say about this ride," Amanda whispered, a mix of fear and excitement in her voice. Mark chuckled nervously. "You know how people exaggerate. It's all in good fun, right?" As they approached the ride's entrance, the atmosphere grew more ominous. The facade of the attraction resembled an old, decrepit train station, complete with cobwebs and flickering lanterns. The sound of distant screams and haunting music added to the eerie ambience. A grim-looking conductor approached, dressed in a tattered uniform. He grinned maliciously, revealing yellowed, uneven teeth. "Tickets, please," he said, his voice a low, sinister drawl. Amanda handed over their tickets, and the conductor tore them with a rusty pair of shears. He gestured toward a dilapidated train car waiting on the tracks. Its windows were obscured by a thick, dark curtain. "All aboard the Nightmare Express," he hissed, his eyes glinting with malevolence. Mark and Amanda exchanged nervous glances but climbed aboard, driven by a mix of curiosity and the desire to prove their bravery. Inside the train car, they found themselves in a dimly lit compartment. The air was stale, and the seats were cracked and worn. Mark settled into one, and Amanda reluctantly took the seat beside him. The thick curtain concealed the view outside, adding an unsettling air of mystery. The train jerked to life with a jolt, and eerie music filled the compartment. Amanda's heart raced as she realized there were no safety restraints. "Mark, this doesn't seem right," she said, her voice trembling. Before he could respond, the train plunged into darkness. The only illumination came from the flickering lanterns lining the corridor. Amanda's breath caught in her throat as eerie figures appeared, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. "Welcome to your worst nightmares," one whispered. The train car rattled and creaked, and Amanda felt an overwhelming sense of dread. As the ride continued, the scenes outside the window grew increasingly disturbing. Twisted, shadowy figures lurked in the periphery, and grotesque scenes of violence played out in the dim light. Amanda could no longer contain her fear. "Mark, we need to get off this ride," she pleaded, her voice trembling. But Mark, paralyzed by the unfolding horror, could only stare wide-eyed at the nightmarish visions outside the window. The train car suddenly lurched to a halt, and the curtain at the front parted to reveal a gruesome tableau. In the center of the tracks stood a menacing figure in a tattered conductor's uniform, his face concealed by a grotesque mask. He raised a lantern high, revealing rows of disembodied heads mounted on spikes. Amanda's scream echoed through the compartment as the masked conductor approached, wielding a wickedly sharp axe. "Tickets, please," he growled, the same chilling phrase as before. Mark finally snapped out of his shock, realizing the danger they were in. He grabbed Amanda's hand, and together they made a desperate dash for the rear of the train car, pushing through the curtain and into the darkness. They stumbled through a maze of decrepit corridors, each one more horrifying than the last. They could hear the conductor's maniacal laughter growing louder behind them, a relentless pursuit that seemed impossible to evade. As they rounded a corner, they found themselves in a room filled with mirrors that distorted their reflections into grotesque, nightmarish forms. In the midst of the chaos, Amanda caught a glimpse of an emergency exit sign. With newfound determination, they raced toward the exit and burst out of the attraction, gasping for breath. They found themselves in the park's dimly lit alley, far from the nightmare that had unfolded inside, the Nightmare Express. As they stood there, shaken but safe, they realized the park had transformed. The once festive atmosphere had become eerily deserted, the rides and attractions taking on a sinister aura in the moonlight. Amanda turned to Mark, her voice trembling. "I think we need to find someone and get out of here." Together, they navigated the deserted park, searching for any signs of life. But Ravenwood Park had become a realm of horrors, its once thrilling attractions now nightmares brought to life on Wicked Road. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for more spine-chilling stories from Wicked Road Studio.